Well, what do you know? How about this? John Duffin here, Duffin Media. Welcome to a special abbreviated Friday edition of Optimizing Your Communications. What are we doing today? Today, we're going to play into our sweet spot. That's what's going on. Why? It's Friday afternoon. We want to make sure that the rest of the day works. Optimize what we get to do. Listen, some people work 7 days a week. God bless them. Some people are still the Monday to Friday type. There's not quite as many of those. But if you're one of those people that's able to shut down for the weekend, good on you. Well, it ain't the weekend yet. So we've still got some Friday to go. And I get to be here. Folks, I'm really excited because I get to be here on a few different platforms today live. And I can already see people filing in. This is great because I gave you almost no notice. So if you're checking me out on Facebook, why, thank you. That part's great. Here's how I'll know specifically that it's you. Drop a note in the comments that you're watching me live on Facebook, and I'll know specifically it's you. And why does that matter? I'll get to acknowledge you properly, and that's a respect thing on my part to you, an acknowledgement thing. But also, too, I can fine-tune and customize the training to make certain that it's hitting the right notes for the right people that are involved, right? And those right people, you. So there you have it. Now, again, as I said, if you're on Facebook, beautiful. Drop a note in the comments and I'll know. I see people on Facebook already. The same goes for LinkedIn. Welcome aboard. I'm thrilled that you are here. And so all my friends and colleagues on LinkedIn that are joining me live, tremendous. Same deal. Drop a note in the comments. I can specifically shout you out. YouTube, same thing. So again, it is great to be here. I'm feeling good. I'm hoping you are too. And so one of the things that I like to be able to do, play into the sweet spot as I'm calling today's specific tips. There's a couple of ways that we're going to get to do that, right? Number one, which is utilizing positive energy, positive results. And wait a minute, we got a YouTube fan right here too, Grace Dennis. Nice, you're here. I love it. Grateful and thank you for letting me know. That part is awesome to me. So listen, here's what I'm thinking in this regard. I've come off a couple of strong meetings today, and I'm not telling you that to impress you or whatever. I'm simply saying that the energy from both of these back-to-back earlier meetings enabled me to realize I've got some extra energy to expend, which is why I'm here. I'm a big believer in taking advantage of a situation, right? So, who here has been of the type where you happen to have a successful meeting and you celebrate that by, in essence, compromising the rest of your day? Right? It's like, oh my God, that was so great. People were so cool and everything was this. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a drive to the beach. I'm going to take a long lunch. I'm going to go celebrate by playing a round of golf. I don't golf, so I embarrass myself if I did. But what about you? Listen, no judging here, right? But playing to your sweet spot. I'm a big believer. Tip number one today of those tips. I'll tell you, here's a tip that I highly recommend. Make certain that with that sense of good vibrations, that you follow through on something that matters to you. For example, maybe you're following through on the after effects of a specific meeting. Getting the thank you response. Here's a tip that I always suggest. This is a second tip, which is make certain you have downloaded in your mind the results of the meeting. What's downloading? This to me is, I know I'm not the only one that invented this, but in my mind, I want to say that I have this tip. You have successful communication. you have a successful meeting, a successful phone call, whatever the case may be, make 100% certain that you document in rough, raw form. You do not have to worry about format here. In rough, raw form, exactly your memory of what occurred. Bonus tip. So that you're stronger in terms of playing to a sweet spot, be as specific as you can be. So one meeting I had today was in person, one was on Zoom. I'm not going to go into the specifics. I don't mean being that specific and tell everybody about it. What I mean is a strong way to be able to do that is just start randomly writing things. Downloading. Grab a pen and paper. Old school, pen and paper, right? And just start writing whatever you remember. So-and-so had a black turtleneck on. Why? It's springtime. Don't worry about that. I like a black turtleneck, but just start writing down anything. So-and-so said, oh, right, they talked about a book. Oh, yeah, they were that their background was X. What does that do? And don't judge yourself. Do not make the mistake of, oh, that's not important or that didn't really matter. Download everything. This whole deal takes about 3 to 5 minutes total. That's it. So you have strong energy. You have a good communication. You have a good situation. This is how you optimize it. You're optimizing it not just so that you will feel better. That's fun. But here's the business reason. Why? Because you'll be able to utilize that for every future communication that you have. I'm a big believer in clarity, right? Clarity, confidence, preparation, do your homework. What kind of homework? Remembering what the other person said so that the next time you're speaking, they didn't waste their energy too. You asking a bunch of repeat questions or I don't remember or whatever, right? So, tips so far. Utilize your strong energy. You come off of a good situation, happen to be in a good mood, you're not feeling as pulled down as you were before, utilize it. Do something productive business-wise that you've been meaning to do. Get into it. Go handle something. Secondly, if it's that specific business situation, well, follow through strong. It's not just an accountability thing. It's not just to do what you say you're going to do. What's the other? I'll tell you. The other is so much be specific. So do the downloading exercise. For me, when I'm literally at a client meeting in person, right? And if I've driven to that client meeting, I don't leave a parking lot without doing this. Because again, I'm not worried about formatting. I'm not worried about making it look just so. Sloppy handwriting, try to write it so that you can actually read it later, but you're just downloading stuff. You know? Oh yeah, cool background, blurred background Zoom or in person. Oh, their office was cool. They had such and such. Oh, they were nice. We talked about, Philadelphia Eagles or the new Lady Gaga song or that's on my mind, by the way. Hey, anybody here, wait till you hear, if you haven't already, the new Lady Gaga song. But I digress with Doechii, okay? Just there's your tip. Bonus tip. It will make your day, right? It's called Runway. But away from I digress, utilize the information productively. Download where you're able because when you follow through, whether it's a thank you email or an acknowledgement or whatever the case may be, text, you say something specific, it's almost like a dog whistle to them, right? You sound abundantly kind and empathetic because you remembered something that they said. Secondly, any proposed solution or ideation or whatever you're providing has a lot more teeth to it than just randomly saying, I'm going to go solve your problem. Identify. Because again, someone asked me, and I phrase as follows. I specialize in, I'm a storyteller, and I tell data-driven stories. DDS, if we're going to play acronyms. I tell data-driven stories. I share data-driven stories. Why? Because they have substance. They're customized, and they're not just to make somebody feel good. It's to help them take action or keep going. That's what I'm looking to do. I don't just solve problems. I keep people going. I keep people in the game. And so you can help yourself by, it's one thing to take good notes, but if you're not in a position to be actually taking notes, here's something you can do, which is, again, leave a communication, write stuff down. The whole thing, I mean it, takes a few minutes. How will you know you're done? Here's how. Your thinking process will slow down. All that randomness or, oh, that was great, I remember, it starts to slow down. When it's slowing down, you're almost done. And you'll know when you're done. It's like, okay, I think I got everything. But don't cheat yourself out of the pleasure or productivity of being able to do that, because when you are communicating with someone, and my job often is to help them communicate, I got to tell you, clarity and specificity and enables you to have command of a conversation or a sales meeting or being on a stage. You have command when you are able to do that. You also demonstrate compassion, empathy, because ultimately, and this is your last tip for just this moment, okay? Just this moment. My bonus final tip for this moment is as follows. You want to sound conversational. You want to be authentic? Well, you want to sound conversational. Memorizing bullet points impresses nobody. Reading bullet points out loud freaks people out. Okay? Just talk to them. This is where I come down to. If you do nothing else this afternoon for the remainder of today, any future conversation that you're going to have, big meeting, big interview, big communication with your bosses, any big communication where you are trying to get something done, do the following. Do your homework. Easiest way, go back to whatever old notes that you have. What did we talk about before? Just take a look. Go back through emails, conversations, phone calls, texts, rando notes. Like the following. 2, did you do any downloading prior? Okay. If you did, use it. It's amazingly successful, that technique, in terms of sounding like you're fully engaged and focused. Because if you're saying something as simple as, hey, remember when you told me blah, 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 and then you share it back, you proved you listened, you proved you care, which means people will want to know what you have to say, okay? So that's second. And then, most importantly, know your stuff. What are you going in with? Because you're going to share back, not read things out loud. You're just going to talk to them. You're going to talk to them. Gives you the confidence of listening more closely. Gives you the confidence of coming back into a room or situation. If somebody throws you an objection or I don't like this, it's so much easier to converse when you're prepared and ready and you know the story. And lastly, I know I said that already. Here's one more. Remember this from my dearest of dear friends, family, Karen Crane from Crane Communications. I stole this directly from her. It only matters if it matters to them. Okay? So as you're concluding or powering into your Friday afternoon, every communication you have with someone that matters, remember, if it doesn't matter to them, it doesn't matter. So make certain whatever you have to say has some resonance to them. If it's a direct link, it's the best. But don't force a solution down somebody's throat because you think it's a great idea. Again, it only matters if it matters to them. So, how was that? I wanted to get that on the table simply because we've still got a lot of Friday left, right? In Philadelphia, where I am, the fact of the matter is there's still a lot of Friday. So why don't we use it productively, huh? So definitely, definitely, definitely more to follow. But that was my brief outburst with a brand new song recommendation. Check out Runway, Lady Gaga and Doechii. I do not own the rights to that song. If I really had the guts, I'd play it for you as my outro, but I'm not going to do that. But I will say this, keep tuning in. More tips, more sweet spot conversations. John Duffin here with Duffin Media. Have a great rest of the day, all. Talk soon. Bye.